Yeah. Top of the morning, afternoon, night, depending on where you at. It's the Pope. I'm back to cook for y'all, man. Listen, man, get your bowls, get your plates, get your spoons, everything ready, because I'm finna serve you some hot. I'm finna serve you a hot meal, good food for thought. Put your thinking caps on, get your listening ears, turn them up. All right, we got to get into this. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff too. Because I see a lot of y'all content creators out there, man. Y'all just seeing stuff on the surface level. And I'm kind of disappointed in a lot of y'all because I be watching y'all and I like to watch, see what you putting down. And you let us down. Yeah. Y'all know who you are. The ones that think that what Kelly Crosshair said was bigging up CHRISTIE sides or was basically saying we keeping CHRISTIE sides. Y'all took that and ran with what she said and then told the people like it's an 80% chance she keeping CHRISTIE side. Fooled you. I thought y'all was sharper than that. Y'all let what she said go over your head like a carry-on, man. We're going to get into what she said, and I'm going to break down the realness of what she was saying. Shout out to the one person that got this right. It was one that got this right. And, we both betting the facts. So I'll let y'all know who that one is afterwards. The ones that didn't, I don't call y'all by name. Y'all know who y'all are. Okay? Shame on you. Okay? But the Pope about to set y'all straight. Everybody straight. Calm down. Chill out. And, yeah, for you CHRISTIE size lover, I got something to say to y'all after this. I've been seeing a lot of chats lately, comments. People is caking and capping and for CHRISTIE size. I'm like, we gonna talk about it. Let's go. Let's bring up Kelly Crosshairs, and we're gonna break down what she got to say. Let's go.
Evaluating everything, just kind of looking back on this season, last season, kind of from across the street. Just how would you evaluate CHRISTIE sides and kind of her performance as a first-time head coach so far?
Yeah. I mean, what a roller coaster ride for her.
First time head coach. This is her second year, reporter lady. This is her second year, reporter lady. It's not first time head coach. Okay, Teresa Weatherspoon was the first time head coach. It's the first year coaching. This was not her first year coaching. Let's get the stuff right. Come on.
Performance as a first time head coach so far.
Yeah. I mean, what a roller coaster ride for her. I was smart enough to know that the schedule was stacked against a young team early in the season, and the way that they weathered the storm, got into a groove, after the Olympic break. I mean, I think she finished 18-12, after those first 10 games, and then of course went 7-4 in the last 11, and 3 of those losses were against teams in the finals. So for a young team to make that kind of progress, I mean, it's hard to not be impressed. I think the outside noise, what she had to endure as a coach.
It's hard not to be impressed. I was impressed too. Tell them, Kelly.
And what they had to endure as a staff to keep that team focused and together. I mean, it takes time. It took a long time for teams that I've had to gel and to get together. I mean, years. It doesn't happen in 4 months. It takes a few years. So I was really impressed with the progress that they made. And
maybe that's why y'all jumped on she said it's gonna take a few years. She wants CHRISTIE to have a few years. Maybe that's why y'all thinking the way you're thinking. Okay.
And how, CHRISTIE is a resilient leader. She's a culture builder. I know just that she's got that kind of, stamina to stick to it and stick to her plan. And she's a good person and she's a great leader. And I was impressed with the way they finished.
Go Tony up front.
She was impressed. She's a good culture builder. She's a good energy person. Even though I wanted to say what she said verbatim, but y'all just heard what she said, right? Let's remove her off the screen. All right, Kelly Crosshairs, appreciate it. She's a good program builder or something like that along those lines. Is she a good coach though? Because all those things can be true, what she said. And she can be impressed. A lot of us was impressed how she got out of the way, how she stepped aside from time to time. CHRISTIE Sides stepped aside from time to time and let Caitlin Clark and the Fever shine. Playing the game the way that Caitlin Clark is accustomed to playing the game, all of us Clarkies know, because they played a similar type of flow and style at Iowa. And once the team started playing that style of basketball, they looked like a totally different team. So, do you give the majority of the of that not blame, but do you give the credit, the majority of the credit to CHRISTIE Sides, or do you give the majority credit to Caitlin Clark? Now, they both getting some credit. Because either way, whether it's Caitlin Clark, her charm, her charisma, her professionalism, her confidence, her everything, her competitive nature, everything, it's easy to adapt and adopt that style when it's so positive, right? Unless you just a negative Nancy, sort of like Melissa Smith. Right, but everybody else, it seems to feed, it becomes infectious, right? Even for CHRISTIE Sides, when you see what your team liking to do to have fun, making the game fun. But what we also seen, and what I'm sure Kelly Crosshair seen, because she never called her a good coach. So what I'm sure she's seen was, yeah, you're positive, your energy is it's a lot, it's great. You bring in a culture here, but when it comes to X's and O's, when we have to slow the game down and get into a half-court set, you're terrible. You have no offense really being ran, and it seems like you really don't even run too many plays for Caitlin Clark. And it's this the one down, she come off the down screen up. That's mainly her main play. That's it. Like everybody knows it. She sets the screen over for act like she gonna set a screen for a lid, and she go down and set a screen, and she come back up to the top. Kelsey Mitchell, barely, you had a few plays, but you don't know how to adjust during game. You don't know how to make in-game adjustments. You struggle with knowing rotations, how to have a good rotation, who needs to be on the floor, when, how long they need to be on the floor. Soon as you struggle with knowing when to call a timeout to get regrouped, to get a refocus. You struggle with knowing how to stick up for your team. You only got one technical foul all season. And your team was the most targeted team and most non-call. Like the referees, as bad as the refereeing is, period, in the WNBA in all games, horrible. When they ref for the Fever games, it's even worse. It's even worse. And you got one technical. You got the queen of the crop. You got the queen of the crop on your team who is getting smashed in every different way, shape, form, and fashion on the court. And the rest was tucking their whistles. And you got one technical foul for her. And it was a bunch of times Aaliyah Boston was in the mix and getting bad calls called against her, and so on and so forth. And you only got the technical for Caitlin Clark because she actually came out and said, they need to stop talking to the refs, and that's my job to get the text. And then very next game, you get a tech. And then after that, no more. So you just got that tech to back up what you had said. That's all. That's it. Because after that, it was a lot of non-calls, a lot of bad calls, a lot of everything that's putting us in bad situations, the Indiana Fever, to succeed. So CHRISTIE Sides and so many other, but that's not what Kelly Crosshairs is supposed to tell everybody. That's unprofessional. She can't be that frank with the people and say, yeah, coaching, she's really very inexperienced at coaching, and it showed. We're trying to go to another level. Is she good for certain things? Yeah, she was great. I liked it this. I liked it that. When they came back from the break, they did this. She went 18 for 12, yada, yada, yada. And 3 of the games they lost was to the top teams who win the finals. But we all see what changed that around. Now let me get on to you folks that be capping and caping and caking for CHRISTIE sides. Be capping and caping and caking for CHRISTIE sides. How would you, why would you want? How would you and why would you? She can't coach, period. Point blank, period. Did you see what she was trying to do in the beginning of the season? She had Erica Wheeler as her starting point guard and Caitlin Clark as the 2. Did you hear what she had said before one preseason game that Caitlin Clark needs to shoot deep 2s instead of deep 3s? She needs to break her bad habits. Did you see the rotation? Did you see how she used to take Caitlin Clark out the game, first one out the game in the first quarter out of the starters? It used to be Caitlin Clark come out the game. Then after the break, did you see how she refused to get Alyssa Smith or Katie Lou Samuelson out of the starting lineup and put somebody else there? Give Grace Berger some action. Give Christy Wallace some action. Did you forget how she never gave Celeste Taylor a minute on the floor? Did you forget? And Celeste Taylor go right to the Phoenix Mercury, and she's a role player for the Phoenix Mercury. But she couldn't get a minute, and she just got released. So you didn't even try to get a second-round draft pick for her? Like, you could have went to Lynn Dunn and said, we can at least get a second round for her. I mean, let's not just let her walk out the door. Can we get something for her? But no, just here, release. All of those things is too much. You see how many times we had the ball with a few minutes to go? I mean, not minutes, few seconds to go. We had, 10, 12 seconds where we got one last shot to run a play, and we coming from out of timeout, and it looks abysmal out there that they don't know what the hell they're doing, and it never goes to Caitlin Clark. That's coaching. Yeah, so damn all of that. You're nice, you're kind, you're sweet, you're energetic, you're positive. Damn that. Can you coach? Because all that's fun and dandy. That book, and you know what's so funny? Think about everything she said. That is what assistant coaches do. That's what assistant coaches do. They bring the energy. They're supposed to keep everybody. You an assistant parent. I got a lot of things going on over here as the head coach. But yeah, you're supposed to be all of those things that Kelly Crosshair's name that CHRISTIE Size was. That's because she's been an assistant coach for all her career except for the last 2 years. And I'm talking about 18, 19, 20-year type career of coaching, all been assistant except for the last 2 for Indiana Fever. And if you made a move to go bring in a Kelly who was so business savvy and smart and professional and got all these type of great things going for her, right? And has done great things, has set precedent and know a lot. If you bring in a top dog like that and they fire a top dog in Lynn Dunn, who's a top dog in the women's basketball game from coaching and so on and so forth, she's a big deal. So when you bring in a big deal to fire a big deal who actually mentored that big deal, but she didn't fire her, she just said, hey, you just going to work on the side of me, and I'm going to take all the responsibilities because you are OG, triple OG, Lynn. You my mentor, Lynn, so I'm going to go ahead and take over, and I'm going to do the hard job to where you can relax and all that stress don't got to be on you. I'm going to go ahead and fire CHRISTIE Size for you. I know when you first took the job, who wanted to coach the Fever, right? You ain't really had no choices. You ain't had no choices. People didn't know Caitlin Clark would be coming. And nobody really cared about no damn Aaliyah Boston, even though you got Aaliyah Boston. But so who really want to coach a team that ain't been to the playoffs since 2015, like, come on, man. Nobody. Especially the league ain't making that much money, so on and so forth. So now they're done. You had to hire somebody. So you hired CHRISTIE. That's what CHRISTIE, that's how she got the job, ladies and gentlemen. She didn't have an impeccable resume. She literally has been an assistant coach as an assistant coach. She's never been on a winning team as an assistant for 18, 16 years. Assistant coach for 16 years and never, ever, ever been a part of a winning franchise, even in high school, college, WNBA. So yeah, we had no other choice. We had to grab her. We needed a coach. We needed to fill the position. So now that everything is full circle, we brought in Aaliyah Boston. We got Kelsey Mitchell. Now we got Caitlin Clark. We got a three-headed monster. Aaliyah AB. So now we got to make sure we keep Kelsey. Now we got to make sure we put the right coach to go with a Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston. Because also, I didn't see Aaliyah Boston look better. I'm not seeing her elevate her game. So I didn't see a rookie season, right? I didn't see a rookie season. But from the numbers and what it looked like, 15 points, 10 rebounds, best field goal percent, I think shooting 51% from the field goal, highest field goal percentage in the WNBA was Aaliyah Boston. So that right there was a product of Dawn Staley coming to you, fresh coming from Dawn Staley, straight to you, CHRISTIE. And so she had that Dawn Staley measurements in her game, the way she practiced and the way she prepped was from Dawn Staley. Then she's with you for a whole year, has an off season, and comes back out of shape. That's on you, coach. Did you not give her regiments how you want her to? Did you not give her, or did you just glaze her so much? Is what they did. Did you just kiss her ass so much? And then tell her, this is what I want to see you working on. When you come back to camp, I want you in shape. I want to see you have a nice automatic jump shot, yada, yada, yada. Like, that's what you're supposed to do as a head coach. When you have an exit stage, hey, listen, man, I even do this with my kids. Hey, I need you working on this, that. I'm sending them things all through the off season, sending them workouts, sending them this, even training them, so on and so forth. But we working on things that we know we need to work on. But CHRISTIE Sides, what's up? AB came in out of shape. She eating Waffle House during the season. They're about to go to the playoffs, and she at Waffle House. Eating an all-star meal. She didn't let the all-star shit go to her head so much, she at Waffle House ordering all-star meals. I got a problem with that from the head coach. You're already sluggish and slow out here. You all these goddamn cinnamon chocolate chip waffles. You don't even just get the regular waffles, AB. She went and got the cinnamon, put chocolate chips in them and everything. Getting ready for the playoffs. That's what I'm saying. That's coach. A lot of that is coaching. When it comes to defense, you had the worst defense in the league, basically, behind the Dallas Wings. You got the second worst defense in the league. And you're supposed to be a defensive coach. So it's one thing. So you don't even, so that tells you're not an offensive coach. That showed, right? You have no real game plan, no strategies on offense, don't really have no good plays to make easier opportunities for your players to score. And on defense, so you don't have that. Luckily, you have the best scorer of all time in women's basketball on your team. And she's paired with another get bucket Kelsey Pistol Mitchell on your team. So yeah, you're gonna score. You're gonna score. And you got an AB. You're gonna score. But can you stop somebody? And that's supposed to be your go-to. That's supposed to be your big deal. Is you're a defensive-minded head coach. You're supposed to have defensive schemes. They supposed to know what the hell they doing on defense. All year they didn't. All year they was confused. Team defense looked crazy. Rotations looked crazy. Nobody talking on deep. Everybody lost. Everybody lost. And then when it comes to on-ball defense, that ain't what coaching is. On-ball defense, that's an individual thing. But team defense, that's a coaching thing. And we had the worst, second to worst, defense in the league. So bye-bye, CHRISTIE. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what y'all think in the comments. I hope y'all stop glamoring for them CHRISTIE sides to come back. And don't think what Kelly Kraus here has just told y'all was saying that she keeping CHRISTIE sides. Because I didn't listen. The Pope, I'm betting 1,000. Shout out to Miss Adrienne Ross, who also pointed this out. I haven't checked out the whole video of you talking about this, but I seen 43 seconds of it, and I read a comment that said, me and you on the same page. That's why I had to stop the video just so I could come make mine. And my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait. You know, y'all got to start waking up, though. Don't be fooled by professionalism, because people don't just come out and be frank like the Pope do. Like the Pope be frank with y'all. They can't do that. She can't come out and be like, yeah, I love her personality, her energy. I'm impressed, but she can't really coach, and she won't be. No. CHRISTIE Sides had did the exit or Rookie of the Year award, gave Caitlin Clark her flowers, or it was about dead flowers. But yeah, she was pissed. She already knew. Lynn Dunn was out. She already knew she's out. People was saying she hate Caitlin Clark. Look how she did the Rookie of the Year. No, she's depressed. She's depressed because she's out there. All right? It's the Pope. Peace and love. Amen.